Pedro, last time we saw you a couple months back, phenomenal performance against Brett Johns. Give me your feelings on that, man. How did you feel after that one?
Great, man. I was very excited, be able to fight Brett Johns. He was coming like 14 wins in the last 15 fights. Upcoming fighter, young, and I like to test myself, and I love to do what I do, and looking forward.
I thought it was a great performance by you. I wonder, was it frustrating at all when the guy wouldn't go away? I mean, he was just as tough as they come. Is that hard for you when you're in a fight to think, I think I'm doing pretty good, but this dude won't go away?
I kind of like it. Because it was a good opportunity to show our skills. Show that besides a jiu-jitsu fighter, when my guillotine doesn't work, I stay there and people's face and fighting the whole time. And for his case also was really good to show like he has a big heart, he's a good fighter, and it was really good. He was capable to escape like a couple times from my guillotine, and yeah, it was really good. And we were there exchanging tough. He was coming forward, I was going forward too, and it was definitely the kind of fight that I like to do, and I look always forward to do like fights like that.
I think it was definitely a memorable one. Now, I wondered, I mean, it's a little after 3 months later. You didn't take a lot of damage, I don't think, that fight, but that was a grueling fight, man.
Yeah.
So was this kind of a quick turnaround? Did you want to fight this soon, or were you a little surprised?
I want to fight anytime, so it was perfect for me, like getting a fight literally like 2 weeks later, so I was still a lot of time I had, so I was able to relax a little bit. I was in Brazil for the UFC São Paulo there. It was nice to see my friends there and be a part of the UFC as a guest, because all the UFCs before I was fighting. The last one I fought Rob Font, so this one was the first one for the last 4 years that I didn't fight there. So it was kind of nice to see that view like outside.
Nice. They give you this matchup here with Bryan Caraway, two ranked guys, a guy that's been around for a long time. He's coming off a loss, so I was a little surprised at the matchup, but he's a guy that's been around for a long time. So when they gave you the name, did it excite you? What did you think about the fight?
It did excite me. I don't look for ranks and things like that. I get paid to fight, and I fight anyone. And when they told me I'm gonna fight Bryan Caraway, I got excited because he's a tough opponent. He has been in the game for a long time, and I'm looking for, like I said before, I like to test myself with the best fighters, and Friday's gonna be another opportunity to show, that I belong here, and soon I'm be fighting for the title.
We talked to him earlier, and he said that he was excited too. He said that he considers you a friend, that you guys have a pretty good relationship.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. He was in Florida beginning of this year. We spoke, we trained for a little bit. And then last time he fought in Vegas, I fought the same card against John Dodson. That was, when he fought Cody. And we spoke a little bit. He's a cool dude. I have nothing personal, as unfortunately it's not fortunately, it's a part of the business, and we get paid to do this, and after that we're gonna go there and fight, and after that we're still friends.
What do you prefer? I mean, do you prefer having a fight against a guy that you respect and that there's professionalism there, or do you like to kind of have a little bad blood, maybe a little trash talk?
I don't like the trash talk. It's something for me that was kind of like, it's hard to understand, like, and if I feel like he has kind of been disrespectful, and I kind of don't want to like be his friend. Like an example to that, Justice Coggins, he went to Brazil, he talked a lot of crap there, and I went there, was glad to kick his butt, and after that I don't want to be his friend. Fuck him.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, talk about your preparation here, man. You come off such a great performance last time. What's the focus been like? Who have you been working with? I mean, was it let's try to replicate exactly what we did for last time because it worked? Or did you switch things up a little bit? What'd you think?
We don't switch anything. We added, some of the stuff. For the last year and a half, I have been training American Top Team, which, for me was I have a lot of friends here in California, where I used to train in Kings MMA. Rafael Cordeiro, he's a good friend of mine. I have a lot of respect to him. But for me, it was a big step. It was really good being able to be a part of the American Top Team, like the greatest athlete, greatest like fighters there, and a lot of training partners. Guys that can wrestle, guys can strike. A lot of jiu-jitsu guys, and also we have a lot of coaches. A guy that have been helping me a lot for the last. That's the second fight, and I have been training with him. That's Anderson França. He's a Muay Thai coach. Edson Barbosa, Marlon Moraes coach, and he's great. And very excited, to train with him for the second fight right now. And all those guys, like all the fighters, if I'm gonna tell you the names, I'm gonna tell like at least 10 names right now.
You talked about, kind of eventually getting to the title. I'm interested because you look at the bantamweight division right now. This is a big fight, and then a lot of the other guys aren't matched up with anybody right now. So I'm kind of intrigued by kind of what this fight means, and maybe you can jump by some of those guys that are sitting around. I mean, when you kind of look at the landscape, what are you thinking?
I think it is same. Actually, I'm very focused for this fight, but I'm number 9. I have been in the ranking for a long time, and Bryan Caraway, he was in the ranking for a long time too. And we see all the top 5 fighters. They all fought with each other, and a lot of them they don't have a fight. So it could happen like after if I bring like a good victory, like a knockout or submission or something. Be able to fight maybe one fight or someone get hurt, be able to step in. I'm always in shape, I'm always in training. So for me, it won't hurt to get a short notice for a title or maybe a fight that's gonna put me in the title. So
I was gonna ask, everybody's talking about the flyweight division right now. As you look at the landscape of your division, are you thinking about, well, what if those guys come up and a couple of them steal some opportunities or something like that? Are you worried about that division folding into yours?
No, not at all. Not at all. I see a lot of talent. I see a lot of great flyweight fighters. And I think it's gonna be exciting if it's gonna just put a lot of new guys in the division. Something that all the top 10 guys was just fighting with each other, waiting. Actually, it's gonna get a lot of new fighters there, and something that's gonna be exciting. So different fighters, different matchups. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a good thing for everybody.
Well, it's an interesting time right now in the division. So I gotta ask. When you see this thing play out, you said you got a lot of respect for Bryan Caraway. Do you feel like this could be a 3-round battle that goes back and forth, or do you feel like you got to go out there and make a statement, seize the opportunity, and like you said, maybe jump up in the mix with those top guys?
It's definitely, I gotta, finish this fight as quick as possible. That's what I like to do. That's the kind of fighter I am. Always look for the finish, knockout and submission. And I never see myself in fighting the 3 rounds. I'm always ready to fight 3 rounds, 5 rounds, but my main goal is to finish that as soon as possible. First round.